What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I want to talk about seasons. What are seasons? Right, let's get into that. As we all know, the planet Earth has four seasons, and they are summer, autumn, not fall, autumn, winter, spring. But the question is, how do we get these seasons? How do we get them? Where do they come from? Well, it's a very simple answer. We get them simply due to the axis or tilt of the planet Earth. Okay? Now, sorry about that. For those who don't know, the planet Earth is tilted on an axis of 23 and a half degrees, 23.5. Okay? And for those who want to know how much that is, simple. All you need to do is you can get a protractor, get you a compass. If your compass doesn't have this on here already, this is actually for art, but still serves the same purpose. You have here, you have your x-axis, and it's 180 degrees. You start at 0, and you take this right here, this compass, all the way to 23 and a half. Okay, so it tells you that actually is 23. My fingernail is, you see right there, my fingernail is 23 and a half degrees. Okay, this is literally 23 and a half, or 23.5 degrees. Okay, what that simply means is, from the center of the core of the Earth all the way to the farthest reaches of space, this is the exact tilt of the Earth, 23.5 or 23 and a half degrees. And because of this tilt, this slight tilt, we are able to get our four seasons. Now, there's another part of that. The sun. Okay? Our sun, the light from the sun hits the Earth at the Earth's angle. Now, we'll give you a description of it. I had a flashlight with me. Where is that thing? Alright, here we go. We'll use this flashlight as the sun. Okay? And this Halloween trick-or-treating bucket of candy is going to be the Earth. Now, let's just get some straight. The Earth is not round, and the Earth is not a sphere. Okay? Now, I don't mean it's not round, it's flat. No, the Earth isn't flat either. What I mean by that is, round is a perfect circle. Anything other than a perfect circle is an oval or an ellipse. That's what I mean by the Earth is not round. Okay? The Earth is not a perfect sphere, because a sphere is a three-dimensional circle. Okay? The more exact term for what the shape of Earth is called an oblate spheroid. What that simply means is, oblate just means oddly shaped. Spheroid, anytime you have the suffix oid, oid, it means a type of. It's not fully. Like we say humanoid, it means it's a type of human. It's not fully human. Okay? So a spheroid is a type of sphere. It's not exactly a sphere. It's sphere-like. It's still a three-dimensional round object. It's just not a perfectly round three-dimensional object. Okay? And it's actually wider at a little bit below the equator than at the top. If you've ever taken like the balls you use when you play kickball and you spin it real fast, you'll notice that the sides bulge out and the top goes in. Okay? That's actually what happens to the Earth. Okay? Now, back to the demonstration. You have your Earth here, but your Earth is slightly tilted like this. Okay? It's tilted. And because of this tilt, and because of the rotation of the Earth, you say you have right here. You see the light? You have parts of the Earth that get the most sun, and that is where the equator is. The equator is simply like an imaginary line that's at the center of the planet Earth. Okay? Okay. The light hits there. The places where the equator is get the most intense heat. like Central Africa, parts of South America and Central America, the Caribbean, parts of Asia, all that. The desert areas, the hot desert areas across the world get this most intense heat. The most intense heat is in Africa. Okay, on record, the hottest part of the world is in Africa. I think the record was in Libya, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 120 some degrees. It's hot as crap. Now, if you notice the tilt, if you notice when I shine this light here, not all of the planet gets the most intense sun. Okay, it's because of this that you get your various different seasons. Like let's say we're up in the northern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. We're above the equator. Okay, in the United States, and because United States or North America is in the northern part of the earth, we get different seasons. Okay, depending on what month you're in, and also depending on where you are, you have different seasons. Like right now, it is winter. Okay, it is winter here on, in North America. But you may have other parts of the world where you get your summer. Okay, right. And then as it turns, as the Earth turns, well, I can't do that because you can't see it very well. But as the Earth turns, I can take this off now. As the Earth turns, or as the Earth revolves around the sun and rotates, because of that, you get your night and your day due to the rotation of the Earth. So when it's nighttime, that actually means that you're actually in the shadow of the Earth. But when the Earth revolves around the sun, if the sunlight is coming from this way, once it reaches this part and it turns, what once was summer, what once was winter now, but in 6 months will be summer. Okay? Now, like I said, you have your 4 seasons. You have your spring, and you can just do simple math. You have 12 months of the year. Okay? You have 12 months of the year. You have 4 seasons. So how many months do you get per season? 3. That's just simple division. However, it's not like, okay, well, January 1st you have winter, and then no. You still have your 3 months, but they start in different parts. I think it was December 21st or 22nd. December 21st, 22nd, you have the beginning of winter. Then you do 3 months later. You have the December, January, February, March. Okay? That's when you start dealing with spring. So you got March 21st, 22nd, spring. You got 3 months after, March, April, May, June. June 21st, 22nd is the first day of summer. Okay? Then you do 3 months after that. Then July, August, September. September, when kids go back to school in the fall or autumn. It's called fall because it leaves fall, but it's actually called autumn. You have, September 21st, 22nd, autumn. Okay? Now, these seasons or these cycles actually have names. Since we're in winter now, start with winter. The part of the day that is the shortest of the year is called the winter solstice. It simply means solstice. It's 2 words. Sol meaning sun, stis meaning still or stop. So sun stop. And it's that way because when that day hits, the sun looks like it's at its lowest point. Okay? It looks that way. It's actually just the rotation and revolution of the earth. But it looks like the sun is at its lowest point on the horizon. If you have the horizon, the sun is at its lowest at the winter solstice. Okay? Then it stays there for 3 days. So you got your 21st, was it 22nd, 22nd, then you have your 23rd, 24th, 25th. December 25th, we call Christmas. The birth of the sun. That's a literal translation. The birth of the sun, because when the 25th of December hits, the sun starts to go higher in the horizon, making the days longer day by day. Okay? And then you have the spring, where it's at a certain point. It's not at its highest point. The days aren't the longest in the spring. And I think you have this. It's called the vernal. Yeah, vernal equinox is the spring. Okay. Then once that happens, the sun is still going higher and higher above the horizon until it hits summer. The summer solstice. Okay. That's where the day is the longest. The summer solstice. When I said summer, the season, solstice means sun still or sun stop. The the sun is at its highest point in the summer. It stops there. Then it gradually goes down. Okay? The after the summer, after the highest point of summer, after the summer equinox, and equinox, another word. Equinox is two Latin words, equi and nox. That means equal night. Okay? Equinox, equal night. Okay? So when you have the autumnal equinox and you have the vernal equinox, autumnal is for autumn and vernal is for spring. Okay? So those two seasons, the days are equal. That's what called equal. The days and nights are equal. So you have the equal night and equal day. Equinox. Okay? That's what equinox means. Equal night. That's Latin. You have solstice, which also is Latin. Solstice, sun stops, sun still. So for your winter and your summer, you have a solstice. For your spring and your autumn, you have an equinox. Okay? After the winter solstice, the days get longer. After the summer solstice, the days get shorter. The vernal spring, the spring equinox, and the autumnal equinox, autumn, the days and nights are equal. Okay, they're equal. So if you have equal night, they obviously have equal day. That's what's called an equinox. Okay. Those are the seasons, and it's all of this is due to the tilt, because of the tilt of the planet Earth, which isn't that long. Like I said, this is actually the tilt from the center of the core of the Earth all the way up to the highest heavens. This is the actual tilt of the Earth. Okay. Now take this and just think of an object that is 6 sectillion tons. That is the actual mass of the Earth. 6 sectillion. It's 5.9 blah blah blah, but it's actually 6 sectillion. I think that's 6 with 21. I think it's 21 zeros. Good gravy, that's a lot of zeros. 6 sectillion tons. Imagine an object that big and just taking this from the center of the core of the Earth and going all the way up past the surface and all the way up into outer space. Just imagine those two. Just imagine that. Imagine this as an axis of the Earth. This is the reason why you have your seasons. This simple, small space is the reason why you have your seasons. And the sun, the light from the sun that hits the planet from this axis, and because of the variation in degrees, whether it be degrees or literal degrees from the heat from the sun, you have your seasons. So when we have our summer, the other half of the world will get their winter. When we have our spring, the other half of the world will get their autumn. Okay? So let's see. Oh yeah, and other planets have seasons too. You didn't know that. Because planets have an axis too. Because of that axis, other planets have seasons. Mars has seasons. Now, when Mars is cold, so say if it's always cold, how does it have seasons? Well, the way they do it is they find, the ice there, and the bigger the ice, that means it grew. That means it's colder, winter. When the ice is smaller, that means it's melted somewhat, summer. And then you have in the middle. Okay? Venus has seasons. So other planets have seasons too. It's not like ours where we have, springtime where the flowers bloom and summertime just hide, and the autumn where the leaves turn. No. But because of that tilt, other planets have seasons also. So somebody want to hit y'all with. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Drop a little science on you. Love y'all. Peace.